This is Overland Expo. Let's go. Gonna see stuff, gonna touch stuff, wanna try stuff, wanna buy stuff. This is Overland Expo, you know. Feet hurt, sunburn, can't stop though, can't walk slow. This is Overland Expo. Let's go.
Well, we're right outside Overland Expo Pacific Northwest. We're just about to head in, and we're gonna spend 2 full days in there exploring and seeing what we find. And we thought it would be fun as we do so to share with you our favorite things that we come across. And so that's what this video is gonna be about, our 10 favorite things that we find in there. We're gonna try and keep as many of them as we can practical, but I'm sure there'll be a few ridiculous ones that slip in there too. So let's head in and we'll show you our favorite stuff at Overland Expo PNW this year. So let's go.
All right, so I found the Grail water bottle. I am super excited for this because I've been looking for a bottle that I could carry around that filters and purifies water while we're traveling. And I've got Andrew here. If you could explain how this works, because it's, I think, just awesome.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much. Andrew with Grail. This is the Grail GeoPress Titanium Purifier and Filter. So this is a purifier, so it does remove virus. It also takes out bacteria, cysts, heavy metals, chemicals, makes your water taste better and smell better. The reason why we made one in titanium is that it became much more functional. So I'll show you how it works first, then I'll show you the different functions that it has. Essentially, you take your bottle and remove the outer from the inner, or the inner from the outer. This is actually your dirty side. So this is where you're going to collect any fresh water source anywhere in the world.
The green one, okay.
Take a scoop up to the fill line, and then we're going to use our body weight, our upper body, as our mechanical leverage. We're going to vent our spout cap half turn because the air is going to vent as we're pressing down out that cap. It's also going to keep your drinking surface covered so you don't have cross-contamination. We've designed these inlaid TPE palm presses, pads, and so it's a really comfortable press. Put that over my upper body and I just lean on it. And in about 10 seconds, I'm going to have 24 ounces of purified and filtered water ready to drink. And there we go. Take the top off and drink like a human being. There's no sucking through straws, no batteries, no chemicals in this to make your water purified and filtered. The other great thing about why we made titanium is now I can separate my bottles again. I'll pour my purified and filtered water into that outer vessel, and now I'm going to boil this thing. And I have a cook pot that I can boil water in. You usually get about a minute or 2 to get any of that excess that might be in the outer. But your boiling water now have a cook pot in one with your purifier and filter.
That's so cool. You know me, I'm all about getting things that have dual purpose, and the fact that you can cook this, you can boil water, like that is awesome. Don't have to carry a ton of stuff, so
Yeah.
This is definitely one of my favorite items from Expo.
Continuing our tour day Overland Expo and sharing some of our favorite things, we're back at Hest. We were here yesterday trying out the mattresses because, as you know, we got the Alucab Canopy Camper for our new Tacoma, and we're looking to find kind of the perfect sleep setup. So I've got MJ here with Hest just to share a little bit about the mattresses and the pillows and kind of what sets them apart, because you're going to do a way better job of it than I will. So if you don't mind walking us through.
Yeah, for sure. So Hess started out of the pain point of sleeping in the outdoors and losing sleep when you sleep outside. So we wanted to create something that merged like the home market with the outdoor. So we built memory foam mattresses built for the outdoors. This is our single mattress here, the Foamy, which rolls up like this up here. This is one of our top sellers, although for the Alucab customers, I do recommend the Dually Long, which is over here. I can show you guys later. It's our double one. But essentially all of our mattresses are made with the same memory foam. It's an enhanced memory foam, so there's 2 layers. So this bottom part has a like more stiffer feel that gives you like the pressure point relief and alignment that your back and body needs. And then this top layer is that viscoelastic memory foam that conforms to your body, that is like just super comfortable. No air at all, so means we're not prevalent to popping. It's not as noisy. It's really quiet when you turn around. More insulating. Our R value of the foamy and the dually is like an 8, but traditionally our mattress is like a 4. R value measures like the loss of heat throughout the night. So yeah, that's our memory foam on our mattresses. Our pillows are a very similar memory foam, but it's a shredded memory foam. I love our pillows because they stuff into themselves, so it protects your sleeping surface when you're traveling. So it keeps it away from like dirt, dog hair, cooler water, like whatever. I have pretty sensitive skin, so I hate like that smell and stench that you can get on your pillows, but these ones just stuff into themselves, and then you can just throw this in the back of the car. And everything, all of our covers on our mattresses and pillows are washable, so you can take it off and wash them and keep everything clean.
Awesome. Perfect. Yeah, we are really excited. Right now we have like the regular Alucab mattress and a 3-inch foam topper, and we're like, with our bedding on there, we're struggling to get it to close. So I think the Hess is going to be perfect for that. Plus, just laying in it yesterday, it was so comfortable. So yeah, we can't wait. Thank you so much for walking us through
welcome.
that.
Yeah, for sure.
We are at the Adventure Source booth here at Overland Expo PNW, and I just found another one of my top picks, and it would be the Matador Seg 28 pack. This is a huge backpack that you can carry on. It's got all of these small little compartments that open up and fit a ton of stuff. So we were talking about how we're now in our new truck, and I might get up earlier than Jeff, and I may not want to turn all the lights on, but I want to know where my clothes are. Each of these little sections can pack a ton of stuff, and I love that.
Pin up the packing cubes if you want to just kind of section off which packing cubes you're using. You can pin it up, and then it limits the packing falling in. So if you want to put shoes in here, packing down there, or vice versa, you're able to pin up a section. Or it's at the end of your trip and everything's dirty.
Yes.
You just throw it all into the main compartment and not worry about sectioned out anymore.
Yeah, I love it. There is a spot for my laptop, so this may turn into a travel pack when I'm on the road, either overlanding or flying. So this is going to be one of my favorite picks.
Well, I spent pretty much all day walking around Expo, and at this point I've seen a lot of cool stuff, but one thing that I'm noticing is that, in fact, as I walk past the Dometic booth with all their refrigerators and camp lights and cool stuff, is that so much of the stuff needs to be powered. And one of the questions we always get is like, how much power do I need? How much battery do I need to run a fridge, or to maybe you want to do some electric cooking, or whatever the case may be is. So let's talk about it. All right, apologies for the rather abrupt change in scenery, but I think it's going to be helpful to have some power stations in front of us so I can explain the differences and hopefully give you a little bit better idea of what you might need and why. I should also mention that Bluetti, who is sponsoring this video, has offered to give away a Bluetti power station to someone who is watching this video. So stay tuned for more on that. And also, Prime Day is coming up. It's July 16th and 17th, and the reason I'm mentioning that is I've just noticed over the past handful of years that Bluetti tends to go all out when it comes to Prime Day deals. So if you are thinking about picking up a new power station, just keep that in mind as we go through this, because you could probably get a killer deal on one during Prime Day. Now, I got to start out by saying that depending on your needs, it's possible that these 3 power stations here may be overkill for you. If all you need to do is power your cell phones, charge your phones, maybe charge a laptop, maybe a camera, you could probably get away with a smaller power station than this. And in that case, I would recommend looking at something like a Bluetti AC60, which is still going to have plenty of power to do all of those things, but it's going to be in a smaller, lighter, and more inexpensive package. But this is where I want to caution you on something, and this is something that I learned the hard way. When I first went out and bought a power station, I bought a power station that was basically the equivalent of a Bluetti AC60, and it worked really well for us for the first year. We knew that at some point we wanted to add a fridge, but I didn't really factor that in when I bought a power station. So what happened was we bought the fridge, and all of a sudden that 500 watt-hour power station that I had was really no longer sufficient. And it was pretty quick that I realized we were going to need to buy another power station. And so that's what we had to do. And so I just want to caution you on that. And when I did buy another power station, I bought this one, this exact power station. This is the Bluetti AC180. Of these 3 power stations here, I'm gonna compare all 3 of them, but I will tell you this. When we go out on trips and we travel, this is the power station that we grab. And the reason for it is we have limited space in our Lexus, and this fits perfectly in that space. Also, it has just enough power to power our fridge and all of our camera stuff and all of our devices for multiple days at a time. And if we throw some solar on it at camp, it will basically run in perpetuity. So I really like this power station. But these other 2 power stations, then you might be wondering, okay, well, if this is the power station you use and you love, why would you consider one of these 2? And there are a couple of good reasons. So this one here in the middle, the next one I want to talk about is the Bluetti AC200 PL. The big thing that this power station gives you is a massive boost in overall capacity. This battery has over double the capacity of this one. And where that really starts to come into play for us is things like electric cooking. So we've started to experiment more and more with electric cooking, using a kettle, using a Instant Pot, using an oven to cook pizzas. Yeah, I know, say what you want, but I'm really excited to be able to do that at camp. And having a battery with this much capacity will allow you to do that without completely depleting this. I tested this battery using an air fryer and chicken wings, and it took 50% of the battery. Right? So with this one, it's going to take more like 25% of the battery. You may not want to do that, and if that's the case, again, the Bluetti AC180 might be for you. But the Bluetti 200 PL is like the top dog in Bluetti's portable power lineup. So if you want to be able to be off-grid for a really long time, or you have really big power needs, or you want to do electric cooking, then this one is where my money would go. Then lastly, we have this one. This is the Bluetti AC240. And you might notice that this is the biggest of the 3 power stations, but it's not the most powerful of the 3 power stations. It has a capacity of just over 1,500 watt hours. But the reason that this one is here, and the thing that this one does that the other 2 do not, is this is IP65 rated. And what that means is that it is heavily water resistant and it is dust proof. And so if you need a power station that maybe you're going to throw in your truck bed, this one would be a great option for that because it can get wet, it can get dusty. I've tested this thing out thoroughly. I've got it soaking wet. I have covered it in sand, and it performs flawlessly. So that's basically, in my opinion, that's the reason you would go with this one, is just that IP65 rating. Otherwise, frankly, it's heavier, it's bigger than the AC200, and the AC200 is more powerful. So just keep that in mind. The other thing that these 2 power stations do that the AC180 does not is these have a 30 amp RV plug, which you can see right here. And this is something that if you have an RV or you have a camper or even a boat, you can theoretically power your RV, camper, or boat from one of these batteries. Now, I mentioned earlier that Bluetti has been kind enough to offer to give away a power station to someone who is watching this video. And all you need to do to be entered to win is just go down to the comments and, I don't know, drop a comment about what you would do with a Bluetti power station if you want it, and a winner will be chosen at random. And again, as I mentioned, Prime Day is coming up. Depending on when you're watching this video, Prime Day is going to be July 16th and July 17th. And so if you're looking to pick one of these up, Prime Day is probably your best chance to get the best pricing that you're going to get on a Bluetti power station all year. So there will be a link in the description of this video, which will take you to the Prime Day sales. And hopefully you find something that works for you. But if you have any questions or there's anything I didn't cover, drop them in the comments and I'll do my very best to answer. And with that, back to Expo. All right, another one on my list is Cool. So first of all, look at this thing in their booth. This thing is incredibly cool. But speaking of incredibly cool, I don't know if you've noticed in our videos, but I and Christine also almost exclusively wear Cool stuff. I'm wearing Cool pants right now. And this brand just makes the best stuff, in my opinion, for like outdoors activity. And I just looked at this pair of pants because it's like a summer pant, it's stretchy, it's perfect for getting in and out of the truck. I've got their shirts, I've got their pants, pretty much all my jackets are Cool jackets. So yeah, I'm not sponsored by Cool or anything like that. I just really like their stuff. And so for me, if you are looking for what I think is like the best outdoor adventure gear, for me, I've tried a bunch of it, and Cool is the thing I always come back to. So I'm putting it on my list. If for no other reason, then I don't know if that's a Unimog. I don't know what that is, but it's just really freaking cool.
I have another item that I'm picking as my one of my favorites from Expo, and that is the Model Infinity Tool.
So this is the Infinity Tool. It is a buildable, wearable gear strap. Wearable because the best tools are the ones you have with you. What's cool about it, if you clip right here, you get 70 pounds of pull strength, so they're super strong. And unlike a normal gear strap, it doesn't require tension in order to stay securely looped. But you can also put this to the center right here and cinch down like a normal gear strap, so you get that 2-in-1 functionality. The coolest part though is they're buildable like Legos, so you can link them end to end to build exactly what you need. And so whether you're attaching things down in the back of your rig or to your bike or to your raft, there's tons of different ways to use them. And the last thing I'll show you are these hook studs right here, a different piece of the ecosystem that turns the Infinity tools into adjustable bungee cords like this. Bungee cords are super useful, but they're never the exact length you need, and so this solves that. And another really cool way that you can use them is when you start to mix and match this functionality. So here we've got a hook on one side and a stud link on the other, and what this means is that now we have a mounted bungee cord. Usually you release the bungee on one side, it's going to fall off the other side. This is not going to fall off, and when you put it back, it's not going to make any noise or rattle around. And when you put this back like this, because they're stretchy and grippy, your gear is not going to slide out and it's not going to make noise. And so that's the Infinity Tool. It's like functional Legos, build what you need and get creative on all your adventures.
Now I feel like I can't make a list of my favorite things at Overland Expo without also including my favorite people at Overland Expo. And so I'm just walking up to the Mule booth. These guys and gals are absolutely incredible. They're just super fun to hang out with. I was here in this booth for way too long yesterday. I was probably here for like an hour and a half just chatting with people and learned some really interesting things about our Tacoma, which has a story. Our specific Tacoma has a story. And maybe I'll share that in another video. But just walking around and looking at kind of what they got. They got some Alu-Cab canopy camper setups, which is super cool, especially since we just got an Alu-Cab canopy camper of ourselves. That's good enough for me. But the thing that I want to show you, which I think is so rad, is this Ineos Grenadier with an Alu-Cab roof conversion. So for me, my dream truck has always in my head been a Land Cruiser Troopy, and this seems like kind of the modern equivalent of that. So I'll just show you what it looks like inside because it is super rad. But if I get in here real quick, sorry guys. So inside you can see they've got a plate here and they've actually got water underneath that plate there. There's walk around videos of this Ineos Grenadier that you can look at for more detail, but you can see the roof conversion at the top with Alu-Cab, similar to what we have in the Tacoma. And man, this thing is so rad. So this is the kind of stuff that Mule can do. I mean, they can do just about anything, but yeah, they always have some super cool stuff around. And so anyway, if you have anything that you need done and you're up in the Northwest in terms of like just getting your vehicle built for overland travel, Mule are definitely the people to talk to. We've had them do some work on our LX and they did an amazing job. So super cool people, and always exciting to get an opportunity to hang out with them and the crew.
So I found my other favorite item here at Overland Expo PNW, and it's from H&H. It's this salsa mix, some seasoning, which is awesome. I'm here with James, and he was just going over all of the things that you can do with this. So, James, what do you got?
So, just to walk you guys through this is a dehydrated mix. It's got all your onions, peppers, garlic, cilantro, chopped and dried. It's all natural, no sugar, no gluten, no preservatives. You're going to use it with fresh tomatoes or canned tomatoes for salsa, sour cream for dip, avocados for guac, and there's a ton of other recipes. Our customers have been educating us over the last 30 years on how to use the product. So we also do a Bloody Mary mix. If you drink Bloody Marys, this makes great red beers and Bloody Marys, and we have an amazing chili mix as well. And all my products are gluten-free, all natural, so come check us out.
The fact that we can have fresh salsa at camp without having to refrigerate a ton of stuff like this is going to be a game changer, I think, for our trips.
All right, so we're walking through here and just came across the Patriot Campers booth, and I have never seen a Patriot Campers X3 in person, but I'm seeing it for the first time, and man, these things are so cool. And when Christine and I were looking at a trailer being our sort of ultimate option, it was the Patriot Campers X3 that we were lusting after the most. So I'm finally getting a chance to see it in person, even though we just got our Tacoma and camper setup It's really, really cool. I'm gonna walk inside and show you guys just a little tour in here. And so you walk in, and when it opens up, it's just huge in here. So you get the bed area over here, and then down here you have a little pass through where you can access the fridge from inside if you want to. And then here, looks like there's maybe a water heater there, and you have some bench seating here. It's just such a cool layout, and for as compact as this thing is, it opens up to be super huge. So if we were gonna do a trailer, this would definitely be the way, but just wanted to share it with you guys because for me, this is like the ultimate off-road trailer.
I found my next favorite item from Expo. You know that we just got our new Tacoma and we have an Alucab camper on it, and I'm all about trying to keep things organized. I came across this road ruck, and I'm super excited about this because I'm looking for something to help me organize the back MOLLE panel, and I love that this has small pouches, and I think that this might actually be a really good solution for the organization that I'm looking for. So I've got David here who's going to tell us all of the awesome features about this.
Cool. Yeah, thank you for checking it out. No, we're excited about this. Something we just released last month, actually, right before Expo West. So it's a brand new product in the market. We just were hearing a lot of feedback from people on how they wanted to be able to use these kind of organizers, whether on a seat back or whether on a MOLLE panel, or not MOLLE panels, or off the L-track in your van or your camper. So we kind of tried to bring all the features together into one bag. But the most obvious thing is that all the pouches on here are removable, MOLLE compatible on the pouch, MOLLE compatible on the back panel, so you can have your first aid kit in here, for instance, peel it off of there, get some MOLLE sticks, put on your day pack, and you're on your way. So you can rearrange it all how you want to. It also comes here at the show anyhow. Our bundle includes a large pouch, so you can rearrange it. This will be available on our website. We're also coming out with other pouch options, so it'll be more configurable. It has a nice little pocket here on the side, so you can stick an iPad or laptop, or you mentioned cutting boards, anything in the back there, kind of out of sight, out of mind. On the back here, we had made it configurable, so different headrest posts are in different positions, or you may want to use, again, L-track or MOLLE. So you can just take these T-bars off. This is the strap for your headrest post, or you can use these clips here. We're also working on magnet pouches, so you'll be able to drop a magnet pouch in there and slap it to the side of your vehicle, or your exposed metal on a van. And then you can also daisy chain them together if you want to do more than one panel and be able to do 2, 3, whatever works for you there. So again, we call it the Road Ruck, totally configurable, and just gives you a ton of options. And our products are all made in Vancouver, Washington, so American made. Very cool, right?
All right, so as we were walking through Expo, we came across this booth. This is Luxly Base Camp, and they make ready-to-eat meals, just add water. And if you've watched the channel for any amount of time, you know that I actually really like these type of meals, especially when we get to camp and it's like brutally windy or it's dumping rain and we don't want to have to deal with making, an elaborate dinner. But at the same time, we also want to eat well. And so we just tried one. It was their Parmesan risotto, and it was really, really good. Like, way better than some of the other meals that we've eaten. And I think we're definitely gonna pick some of these up, but I just wanted to share this because if you're like us and sometimes you just don't wanna have to make an elaborate meal, having something like this that actually tastes good and is healthy as well is kind of a big deal. So I'm really excited about these. I think we're gonna add these to our kit. And next time we have rough weather or something like that at camp, we're definitely gonna bust these out. So this is one of my favorite things.
Feet hurt, sunburn, can't stop though, can't walk slow. Gotta see stuff, gotta touch stuff, gonna try stuff, gonna buy stuff. This is Overland Expo.